Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today I want to talk to you about Princess Easy Air and how it works, and also what to do if your flight gets canceled. And so first of all, I would like to welcome all of our Let's Go family members. Thank you for coming, and it's wonderful to have you here. Also, a big welcome to everyone who is new. We are really glad to have you come along with us. And so first of all, Princess Easy Air is the service that Princess offers. When you book a cruise, you can also book your flights through Princess, and that's what they call their flights, is Princess Easy Air. And basically what it is usually we get cheaper flights when we book with the Princess Easy Air. And when you book with Princess Easy Air, there's two cool things about it. First of all, you can make changes to your flight up to 45 days before you fly. And if you buy the restricted one though, those are usually a little bit cheaper, but you can't make changes. And then also right now, Princess has it so that if you want to book your flights through the Princess Easy Air, you don't have to pay for those until you pay for your cruise, until that final payment is due. So that's kind of convenient. But anyway, we have always had really good success with it. There's a few good reasons we like it. First of all is often there are other people that will be on the same cruise on our flight, so that's kind of fun. But it works really well because then Princess already knows what your flight information is, and so if you don't book that way, it's still okay though. You just go ahead and enter that on your in your cruise personalizer on the information so that they've got it. That way, Princess on embarkation day, they keep an eye on all of the flights who are bringing passengers in. And we have been on cruises before that a couple of flights have been late with an awful lot of people on them who would, people who were sailing on the cruise, and they actually waited a little bit beyond our original sail away time just so that those people could get on the ship. And so that is a really nice thing, and they guarantee that you will be able to get on the cruise. And so they don't always guarantee that if you are very, very delayed that they will hold the cruise for you, but they will help you get to the next port. And I think that's a really big deal, because then if some areas it's really easy to just catch another flight or another whatever to get down to the next port, but in some parts of the world that's much harder. And so I think it's really a wonderful service that Princess offers, and so we have been really pleased with it and our experience with it. Now, so it's just awesome. Usually we haven't had any flight changes. If there's been flight changes, it's been, how airlines sometimes change a flight by a few minutes or an hour or something like that. But here we are, and we're having all of these flights that are canceled because of flight attendants and the pilots and everybody like that getting sick with, COVID, probably the Omicron variant. And so we are having an unprecedented number of flights canceled. And so I talked to Princess today, and this is how it works. So first of all, if you have your flight booked with Princess Easy Air and your flight gets canceled more than 7 days out, Princess Easy Air will automatically book you another flight. They'll find it for you, take care of it for you, and they will send you an email with your new flight information in it. And you'll also be able to see it in your cruise personalizer on your account on princess.com. And so that they'll let you know what it is, not to worry. If you are within 7 days of flying and your flight gets canceled, call Princess. Just give them a call, and their main number there is 800-774-6237. And by the way, I have that phone number in my phone, and you might want to put it in your phone too, just in case anything unexpected ever happens and you need it. But anyway, you just call them, say, hey, it's not the day we fly yet, but our flight got canceled, and they will help you get a new flight. Now, if you are on the day that you are supposed to fly and your flight gets canceled, or there is like a huge change and you're going to be way late getting to the where you need to be in order to get on the ship on time, there is another number that you call Princess on, and you don't call them on any other day except for the day that you're supposed to be flying and you're having trouble, okay? And that number is 800-545-0008. And I put that phone number in my phone too, in case you're at the airport and you have to call them. So if you are on the day that you're going to travel, you call them and they will help you get another flight and figure out what to do. If you are at the airport and your flight is canceled last minute and the airline says, okay, we're going to go ahead and put you on this flight instead, and it is a flight that will work for you and get you there in time, then the Princess rep said, it's okay, go ahead and accept that offer from the airline, and then go ahead and call that phone number that I just gave you and let them know what's going on with your flight, that it was canceled, that you've got another flight, and what the information is for it, so that then they will know. And I asked her, I said, well, what if they tell you and you're just like last minute running to get on that flight? She said, well, take the flight, but when you get off, call and let Princess know at that phone number so that they know which flight you took and that you're there safely and everything. Now, the Princess rep did point out, she said, if you end up having to like stay overnight at a hotel because your flight was canceled, or you end up having to have any other expenses incurred, you're going to want to be able to use your travel insurance, whether it's the Princess Platinum Protection, which covers things like that, or if it's another travel insurance that you've gotten. Now, I have a video up about travel insurance, and so I will put that link down below so that you can take a look at it. But basically, we always get the Princess Easy Air, and I'm thinking of adding another one this time just in case, because you never know just what might come up. But the other we have used Allianz before. I think it's ALLIANZ, and that one they have a lot of really good options. Like on a year that we sailed a lot of times, we used them and it covered more than one cruise. And so just kind of look at everything, and this is just like the risk-averse person inside of me, but I just always got the Princess Platinum Protection too, because Princess takes such good care of you that I figured I would like to have their insurance and then the other to kick in if really huge expenses accrued because of illness or accident. And so that's kind of where we stand with it, but I wanted to let you know what to do if your flight got canceled. And so that works now when we're having all this trouble, but it also works anytime that you are flying with Princess Easy Air and you have any trouble at all with your flights. Just call them and they will help you fix it. And like I said, hang on to that phone number so that you'll be able to have it if on the day that you're flying you have trouble. And so if you've got any questions about Princess Easy Air or anything else like that, go ahead and put it in the comments below. And once again, I meant to do it at the beginning, but thank you, Doug, for asking that question, because it really moved me to action rather than waiting for my flight to get canceled sometime and trying to figure out what to do. And so thank you. I really appreciate you very much. Thanks. Hi there. There is one thing that I forgot to tell you, so I'm just adding it in here, and that is that I have had a lot of questions from people regarding the service that sometimes you can get on a Princess cruise ship, that they will pick up your luggage outside of your stateroom when you put it out there and then just check it with the airline, and you don't see it again until you are picking it up at baggage claim in your home airport. And so I wanted to let you know that as far as I know, that is a service offered by the port. And so, for example, when we were in Seattle this last summer on our cruise on the Majestic Princess, they offered that service. And like I said, what you did is you just put your bag outside your room, you signed up for it, and they would literally take your bag and check it through with your airline clear through. Now at the time we didn't do that because I thought that then we would have to pay to check our bags, and usually we don't have to pay to check our bags. But what they do is they hook it up with your flight, and what connected with your flight is your loyalty status, or whatever it's called with your airline, so that they can see that like you don't have to pay to check a bag, and so then you don't have to pay to check the bag. And so I think that's really wonderful, and I am really grateful to the people who pointed that out to me back in August or September when we were talking about that. And so be aware that if you are going to be able, if you're going to whenever you go on a cruise, pay attention and see if that is offered on your ship. Now, like I said, in Seattle, it was offered by the Port of Seattle. I don't think it is handled by Princess, but I could entirely be wrong about other cities and other ports. And so let me know in the comments below if any of you have any information to add about other ports. I know that from San Pedro there in Los Angeles, that option was not offered. And those are the Port of Los Angeles is the only port I have sailed out in the United States. I've sailed out of lots of European ports and in and out, but I have not done any others in the United States. And so I'll let you know about Fort Lauderdale after we go on our cruise that's on January 16th. But I think that we have a huge wealth of knowledge in this community. So if any of you could add that information, because I know that our dear Let's Go family member that talked about it just last night was saying how frustrated they were because the shuttle bus had pulled them up from the ship and let them off at the airport, and it was a long ways away from where they needed to check in, and they sure would have liked to have been able to have that service with their bags. And so just a heads up, I think it's a port service, and you know, I think that maybe even more ports that aren't offering it right now, maybe as when we can get past COVID and everything to do with that, I'm hoping that they would be able to bring it back again, because it surely is a wonderful service. So I just wanted to add that information here for all of you, so thanks. So if you all appreciate this video, would you please consider subscribing to our channel? We are trying to get to 3,000 subscribers at least by the end of the year, and if you can help us with that, we would really appreciate it. And also, if you appreciate this video and the information that's in it, if you would give it a thumbs up, that would really help us as well, and I would really appreciate it. So thank you very much for watching. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.